are you? In today's America, we might answer this question with our race, age, or political party. Why have these superficial notions of identity become so central to American politics? What does this identity obsession tell us about ourselves, our society, our civilization, our way of life? The old ways of knowing who I am and what I'm for, by reference to family, extended family, friendships, neighborhoods, and communities, are growing weaker for many people and no longer exist at all for some. Take religion. Once, the question, who am I, had a simple answer. I am a child of God. That's the Christian answer to the question of my identity, not my sex, not my skin color, or anything else about my particulars. But as Christianity has declined across the Western world, many people can no longer answer the question, who am I, by reference to their faith in God. Take the family. The sexual revolution which swept America and the Western world after World War II led to divorce, fatherlessness, childlessness, abortion, the shrinking family, and the shrinking extended family. Every one of these developments has reduced the number of people whom we can call our own. Take community. In his landmark 2000 book, Bowling Alone, political scientist Robert Putnam showed how membership in civic and charitable organizations like the Knights of Columbus, Rotary clubs, veteran groups, and PTAs has been in decline over the last few decades. He showed that while the number of Americans going bowling was increasing, membership in bowling leagues was decreasing, hence the title, Bowling Alone. People were losing the important social interaction that connected them to their communities and led to greater civic engagement. We are relational creatures, but without religion, strong family ties, and strong communities, the result is a great vacuum filled by politics. Another reason for the growth of identity politics is a desire for recognition. What happens in a world where the oldest means of achieving recognition, within a family as a father, uncle, cousin, sister, mother, and so forth, have been reduced? Some people, deprived of recognition in traditional ways, will insist on recognition in other ways. This brings us to what I think is one of the most revealing features of identity politics. It's infantilized language. Consider the demand for safe spaces where people can go to try to hide from speakers or ideas that they disagree with. Or how about the widespread, seemingly inexplicable frenzy over cultural appropriation? The idea that a white child can't dress up as Aladdin for Halloween, or that you can't eat Indian food in a burrito. It's understandable why many write off those who propose silly restrictions like these as snowflakes. But what if critics of identity politics have missed that the panic behind cries of cultural appropriation is real as the tantrum of a toddler who screams, "Mine." Perhaps that cultural scream of mine is coming from people who did have something taken from them, their faith, their families, and their communities. Identity politics results from the unspoken shared idea that something has been taken from me and my people, and we are suffering. The term woke from the progressive left and the term red pill from the alt-right are words from different glossaries describing the same epiphany, the moment at which one found a new figurative family or community to do what literal families and communities of earlier times did by default, where people had your back and explained the world and your place in it. So what is to be done? I don't have the blueprint, but I do have some thoughts about how we get there. First, as with any malady, we can't get better until we find the right diagnosis about the origins of the panic that underlies identity politics. Second, those of us who criticize identity politics might have a more empathetic understanding of where our national divisiveness is coming from. There's a lot of collective anguish lurking under all the internet flame-throwing and bizarre behavior. And finally, we can see that the Catholic Church got a pretty big thing right here. Catholics understand that God created us to be social, to be brothers and sisters to those around us, and to be domestic churches in our families. We can be leaders at forming communities and social relationships that truly nurture all of us. Identity politics concerns anthropology more than it does politics. Our culture today overestimates our solitary selves and underestimates our need for one another in the most fundamental ways. It's up to all of us to change that. I'm Mary Eberstadt, author of Primal Screams for Edify. Thank you for watching this video. To help keep Edify videos free, please consider making a tax-deductible donation.